Yeah.
Anyway, okay then, I guess you guys work together to make certain you take the small boat with you. And you managed to make it just barely by nightfall, and luckily you still have some delicious bird to eat.
And Ferdinand will, come with you, but he will sort of act all drunk and giggle for some unexplainable reason and stuff like that.
Yes, Dawa? And he's gone again.
What the hell?
I don't know. Hangout suddenly does not produce sound, he says. That is a problem. Man, his computer is the worst.
I know.
Yeah, there was like there's still a part I want to get at, but yeah. Hopefully Dawa's problem will won't persist, because otherwise we're gonna have to like call it soon. Yeah. Anyway, night. Yeah, there he goes. Night falls. Are you guys gonna take any precautionary actions, or what are you gonna do?
Well, you know what? The weaponry. I'm gonna. Is there any way we can move it around to set it up so that it's around the perimeter of the boat?
Yeah, sure. There's actually still like an assault. There's like an heavy machine gun, like still on the deck, like this
All right.
setup.
I look around at the crew and I ask, which one of y'all is best at using like heavy weaponry?
The captain like holds up a hand. Nobody else does, and then the captain like nudges Francois, and he says, "No, I am never touching a gun again." Come on, Francois, if it's an emergency, you're a military man, you've used heavy weapons before. And then Francois again complains, "No, I have sworn I will never touch a gun again."
Francois, listen, I don't know your reasons for it. I understand that you have reasons for it, but you probably would be the most experienced person here. You'd have the best idea of how to use the weaponry, and honestly, from looking at you, I think you'd probably be the best darn gunner we could ever use. And I respect your reasons for not wanting to use a gun, because something must have happened that really did you in. But I mean, look at me. My daddy was taken in. My daddy was dealt the final blow by some kind of arcane portal. But you don't see me saying that I'm not going to touch no arcane stuff again. I still research that stuff, and you got to realize that you can't let this keep you down. You got to get back up on that horse after it kicks you in the teeth, because you know why? Sooner or later, that horse is going to bow down to you. If you can overcome this, I guarantee you will be the best man for the job that ever did see.
And Ferdinand will probably ruin all of the work Richard just did, and say, as a drunk person that he is now, a strong and well-constituted man digests his experiences, deeds and misdeeds all included, just as he digests his meats, even when he has some tough morsels to swallow.
Well, luckily for you, Francois didn't understand a word of that. But Richard, you may roll rapport to try to convince him, but I think I'm gonna give you a bonus because you said some very convincing words.
Rapport? Alright. Oh, God.
Neutral.
Okay, so I got an average, which was +1.
Okay.
Hold on. I want to see if I can maybe re-roll it.
No, it's okay though. It's okay though. I'm gonna give
Okay.
you a +2 on that because you did make a very valid point. And then Francois sighs deeply and says, "Alright, I will do it, but only if there's an emergency."
And you see Bill look at Francois and give him the thumbs up, and he says, "Francois, you are a true man of action, and I am honored to fight by your side. Now let's get ourselves set up and
He just
defensible
smiles
so we
slightly
can
at that.
spend the night."
Okay.
I can't believe I just did that. That was cool because I've got an average on my rapport.
Yeah, actually, yeah, he seems to have. I'm not gonna like flat out tell you why, but he has a really big. He really hates guns. That's why he fights with this big knife.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Well, he was in the Great War, so that's probably related to it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. Wow, that was really having problems. I think we'd better end it soon. Okay.
Alright.
Would you guys mind if I just move on the story?
Well, did Dow say he was gonna try and come back, or?
No,
Hold on, he's typing
he didn't
in
say
Skype.
anything of the sort. He just says he's having problem with the software.
Oh, in Hangouts itself, he said he's restarting Hangouts.
Yeah. And right now on Skype, he just said that that the problem is the software, not the hardware.
So it's the program Hangouts that's having the problem.
According to, yeah, he's always the one who has problems with it.
Yeah.
No, but I think, yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it really soon. I don't want to move the plot too far ahead, so he's gonna miss a lot. I don't want that.
Browser is forcing an update on him.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, if you guys don't mind, I'd like to move it ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
So you like fortify the place a little bit, and Maxim is like you notice him like immediately getting to work as well, to like patch up the place. Oh, that was back.
Oh, there he is. His mic's muted.
Now he's upside down and in black and white.
Ooh, I like black and white.
There we go. He's back. Sweet.
It gives class to a picture.
Don't worry, Dow, you didn't really miss a lot. They just moved to the ship. But you did miss an impressive speech on Bill's part, because they've noticed that there's this heavy machine gun turret on the deck, and Bill was asking who could use it, and the captain raised his hand, and nobody else did, and he then nudged Francois, and Francois immediately reacted, "No, I'm never using a gun again." And then Bill basically convinced him, did this entire motivating speech, and convinced Francois otherwise. Well, Francois said that he'd do it, but only if there was an emergency.
Ooh, I'm beginning to be interested in Francois.
Yeah, he seems to have a real big problem with guns, and you notice that his weapon
Germans,
is like this big knife, but he doesn't have a gun on him. Most of the other sailors have like a sidearm. They've even given like a small revolver to Kenny, but he doesn't have a gun on him. Only the big knife.
Very well. I presume that the war has something to do with that.
That's what you presume. He does hate Germans.
Yes. And he hates Germans, yes. I'm suspecting there's a story behind it. Okay.
Yes, there is.
Now, for the most important question in this half hour. Do I fix my gun?
Yes, your gun was already fixed when you were still at the fire earlier.
Good.
No worries.
I'm making doubly sure that everything is dry and functional.
Yes.
since it's kind of important.
Okay, and you still have enough juice left in the battery, so no worries.
That is very good.
Okay. Actually,
So,
you think you might get a little more juice if you get the generator on the ship up and running, just saying.
Challenge accepted.
And Maxim's already working on it, yes, Buffnum?
I think that there is at least some place on this ship where there are stairs.
Yes? What about the stairs?
So he will, Ferdinand will go lie down on them.
Why specifically there?
Because that's sort of a place you would find drunk people, right?
Okay, he wants to remain into character. I gotta find some stairs to collapse on.
And he will remain useless and refuse to do any work.
Oh boy. Anyway. Francois grumbles about lazy Germans, of course.
And I will assist the Polish engineer.
Okay, cool. Right. Actually, you don't need to roll on this because the engine itself isn't really damaged. The most of the damage is like structural.
Very well.
So actually, you can get it up and running if you want, and with some minor configurations, you can do it to get some extra juice into your lightning gun if you want.
Very well. That sounds very good.
Mm-hmm. But
And then yes.
But night is upon you, and eventually I think it is time to turn in for the night. Also, I'm running out of time, and I want to get somewhere with this.
Very well, let's do so.
Okay.
We will make preparations for our quest to find the man of the action. First light.
Okay, cool. So yes, oddly enough, no monsters during the night, so that's reassuring. You did hear a lot of growling and scratching on the walls, but luckily nothing got inside. People were deadly afraid, but except for Thomas, who always remains cool. What's up with that guy? Even the captain was worried. But yes, you were luckily the fortifications held their place, and nothing got inside. So yeah.
I imagine that Ferdinand was just giggling at all of the noises.
Okay. All right. Next morning, Ferdinand, of course, wakes up with a terrible hangover, and the horrible realization that he drank too much beer, and now he's almost out of his supply. Oh no.
And I am making progress with a process to turn the ocean's water into jet fuel.
Oh no!
It is
Dude.
the prototype. The prototype shall be to defend the ship.
You just turn all the water into hydrogen, and you have your explosive there.
No, jet fuel. It burns better.
Yeah, technically you can do that. Just get hydrogen out of water.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it is the next day, and aren't you going to get ready to go look for those men of action?
Oh, yes, that is a good idea.
Oh, and you probably eat the last remains of the bird. It's now completely gone.
Good. Right, we shall pack our lunches and head off.
Okay, cool. Where will you move towards?
Now, do we have any ideas? There was, of course, the crashing sound.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you need to come up with some way to either bypass or get over the hills. I always want to say mountains, but they're not quite mountains yet. Though they are very, very tall.
Well, we have vines. We can use that as ropes.
It is true.
And we have to see the hills for ourselves to get a better idea. So we just bring the vines with us.
Okay. So you're moving through the jungle, and like I told to Spoofnum earlier, There's a lot of bird noises and some growling off in the distance, but you don't really immediately run into any dangerous animals.
Mm-hmm.
No giant animals or anything I do. You're starting to think that giant crab was just like maybe the only giant monster around.
Giant sea monsters, perhaps.
Yeah,
instead
maybe
of
monster
giant
is just an
land
exaggeration.
Mm-hmm.
They were all killed by the same crab.
Perhaps.
Okay. But
Or
how?
perhaps we will see a giant a giant bird. For some birds eat of the shrimp as well.
Who knows? But my question is, do you want to go further? You were gonna go explore further, or do you want to like go straight for the hills and look for a way to get over them?
I believe it is best to explore the surroundings first, because that's what the man of action would have done, and it is imperative that we find their trail.
Okay. In that case, you may roll survival or alertness. Survival has the highest chance of success. I'll just tell you off the bat.
I do not have survival, so I could not roll on it.
Okay.
Well,
I just do not have the skills.
Okay.
And I do not have the skills for alertness right now either. I have a fair at most.
Okay.
I think I will select the great alertness instead of the average survival.
Really? Okay. It has the highest chance of success, but it's up to you.
Well,
Because navigating and stuff, that's also survival.
well, if it is a higher chance than when
What?
maybe it's survival.
He was talking to Cat, I believe.
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
So, are you going to go for survival?
Yeah, come on, give me a couple of rolls.
Yes, average survival. A couple of rolls.
No,
So,
one roll.
Which also reminds me, we need to find the shadow of the jungle.
Yes, you do. Where did he go off to? He can't be dead. He's a centurion.
Oh, he can be dead. Centurions are not immune to death by
Yeah,
stuff.
but just a little bit of water isn't gonna kill him.
He probably got flung into the. He probably got flung into the jungle.
Okay, that's not a good roll. You're starting to get lost.
Maybe we're Socratic sleuth because, well,
Yeah, but let's just say you just because you didn't immediately say I'm gonna re-roll that. Remember, you need to do that. You basically just waste an hour like wandering around.
And we find our own footsteps. Wonderful.
Wunderbar.
perhaps we should start marking down where we have been, so we won't go around in circles.
Maybe get out the old compass.
And we will get out the old compass and assign someone to make markings on trees.
Yeah, you can work together.
So yes, considering Ferdinand Faustin has the most experience in survival, I give him my compass and I shall mark the trees.
Indeed, so roll now.
Okay. Anybody who wants to help can also roll. Ooh, that's a good roll.
Indeed.
Can I? How does assisting another in survival work?
It's basically just helping him and like looking at the map and like also keeping an eye open and stuff like that. Of course you can help him.
I will help Ferdinand Faustin navigate then, using survival.
Okay, go ahead.
Since I need to use the same skill, I presume.
Yeah.
-1.
Oh boy.
Nope, I am not an outdoors person.
You're like, we need to go over there. Ferdinand goes, no, that's the right way. And you're like, do you doubt my science? So you like convince them they need to go that way. And then eventually you find out it's really the wrong way to go. So
And
basically
Ferdinand
you
will probably-
like decreased Ferdinand's result by 1. Ouch. But anyway,
Yes.
you still have a plus. You still have a fare. You hear some water off in the distance, and it's not the sea. It sounds like a stream.
Brook.
A stream.
Yes, good.
Eventually, you convince everybody that they need to go to the stream and not towards, whatever it was that the doctor wanted to go towards. And yes, you arrive at a stream. It seems to be going towards the hills.
No, it seems to be coming from the hills. Water does not run upstream, does it?
Whatever.
Uphill. Okay, but at least we have a guide now. Yes.
Also,
And fresh water. Very useful.
how much fresh water do we have at that ship, our base camp?
You have some bottles of water in there, but it is handy to have like at least a ready available source of fresh water, because you can't drink seawater.
I shall mark it on the tree, so that we can find it quickly.
Yes.
Okay.
Now
And
what?
maybe my photographic memory will help us also to find this place again.
Of course. So what's the next step, guys?
Going upstream, right?
Okay. Upstream it is. So you're following the little stream, and it heads into the hills, and you're like, where does it go towards? And you're like getting a little closer, and you suddenly notice that there's this small crack in the hills. Looks like this small cave. The opening is pretty small, though. A normal person would have to like bend down to get in there. But still, the stream's going in there.
It is a good place to spend the night, I suppose. So yeah, I'm going to get a look in the cave.
It's dark in there. Dark in there. Dark in there.
Do we have some form of lantern in our survival gear?
I suppose you would have one of those huge, bulky lanterns with you. I mean, not lanterns. No. I'm not gonna say pocket light.
We don't have flashlights, I believe. That's
No, you
out
have
of our
flashlights.
time.
No, actually, there are flashlights in that time. They're just huge and bulky.
Sure. I can always club a bear with it.
Or if you just want a regular torch or anything, you can have that too. It depends on what you want. Like I said, the flashlights are pretty bulky. But yeah, flashlights already exist in that age.
I am a scientist. I will have a flashlight.
Okay, cool. Sure.
So yeah, shine the light in, have a look-see.
Okay, so you shine your flashlight in, and you notice that the stream goes in there. And by the way, you have to like go into the water if you want to have a look inside or go inside or whatever. And the opening is quite small, but you notice that it starts getting bigger inside. You think people could move through here?
Intriguing. Well, shall we have a look inside?
Nobody responds.
Ferdinand has been diving a lot these sessions, so he probably can do this small thing, and will.
Oh, you don't have to go underwater. It's just that you'll probably be like up to your knees in water. It's not really that high.
Okay.
Let's go check it out.
Okay.
Bill Hex is on the case.
Okay, cool.
Good.
So
I shall have them go first, for they are good at close combat, and I am not.
okay. So there's you're moving through the valley, you go into the stream, like through the water, and you squeeze yourself into the cramped cave, and luckily it gets a little, the path gets like a little wider, but you still have to like keep walking through the water. But it's still kind of cramped, but at least you don't have to like walk crouched down the entire time. Here we go. It is very dark in there, but luckily you have that flashlight with you, and from time to time you see that there are like webs hanging on the ceiling. They look up the thickness of the strands. It's abnormally thick.
I will go experiment with the spider strands and go, I wonder if these are strong enough to hold a man.
If the web would be bigger, you think they would be.
Should we maybe gather some of these then?
If you want, but they're awfully sticky.
I want to make a... Does anyone here have a torch or a lighter? I want to try something.
You know what? Can I use mysteries to like quickly inscribe something on a piece of wood to make it light up?
You can totally do that.
Pyromania, yes.
No. I was trying like something more. Pyromancy. There we go. Pyromancy.
Fancy.
Okay. Then let's do it. Mysteries is at 2.
That's
really?
Yeah, that's not too. But it's pretty
Hold
basic.
on.
Just putting fire to like a small piece of wood. Yeah, there you go. You got a torch.
Okay.
Good. And now I shall try to light a small patch of the super sticky, super strong spider webs.
Yes, it lights on fire.
Excellent. We have an emergency way out of any sticky situation.
Do you keep moving on?
Yes, for a while. To see if there's I wonder if there's any trace of any other human being here, having been here before us.
Not that you immediately can tell.
And it is going the right way in traversing the hills.
Yes, you're indeed moving under the hills right now, if your calculations are correct.
Well, let's further explore.
Okay, cool. Alright, after some more walking, the cave starts opening up. It starts getting bigger, and there's now actually like a path next to the stream, so you don't have to walk in the water the entire time. And as you continue your journey, and you're like shining your torch around, there's suddenly you hear some squeaking of bats, and there's like this swarm of bats that's like flying everywhere.
You know what?
And they're in your hair!
You know what?
duck!
You know what?
Yes? No? What?
I'm going to use the sonic boom, and I'm not going to actually try and do damage to anything with it. I'm just going to make it like an area of effect thing that's going to be up into the air, and it's going to be
Disorientating the bats because they use sonar.
Exactly.
Okay, give me a mysteries roll. Oh, doctor, they're in your hair. Oh no.
No.
Really?
It is Bill.
This is not happening.
It is Bill Hex that has a hair fetish. I only dream of destroying the world.
Okay.
I mean,
You
science.
just react.
Yes.
This is mildly annoying. That the bats are in your hair.
Ferdinand will use the bats as target practice for his fists.
Okay, you punch some bats.
I got a fair on that one.
Do you want to reroll or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna reroll because I'm instructed in the theories of arcane art. There's no way I could have failed that badly.
Okay, cool. Grabbing it.
Oh, crying out loud. Okay, actually, no, I didn't get a fair. I got a good, so fuck it. Whatever.
Yeah, sorry, Richard. It's like creates a little osmotic boom that like disorients a couple of bats, but most of them like keep swarming around.
Okay, fair enough. Then,
Luckily though, if you just duck, they just pass by because they want to get away from you. They're not attacking you.
okay,
Science has
I will be right back.
Okay.
Be right back.
These bats were abnormally large though, but not superhumanly large. They were like the size of like, let's say, a cat or a small dog. Regular
Intrigued.
bats, some bats can still be up to that size. Not exactly giant just yet.
Alright, so it is not there is not sufficient observational evidence. Sorry, I said there's not sufficient observational evidence that these are unusual bats.
Oh, you can study a couple of them because Ferdinand punched several of them and they're lying on the ground twitching.